Center of King Jesus, sweet Spirit of God, sweet Spirit of God, Holy Ghost, fulfill promise of a Father, sweet Spirit of God, sweet Spirit of God, Holy Ghost, breath of the Almighty within me, sweet Spirit of God, sweet Spirit of God, oh, you're flying my bones, Holy Ghost, you're firing my wings, Holy Ghost. Share and comment, share and comment, share and comment, share and comment, share and comment. Yeah. I might not be able to acknowledge you until you write, until you comment. Then I'll see that you're online. Then I acknowledge your presence. So kindly comment so that I see you. Sweet Spirit of God. Share and comment, share and comment, share and comment, share and comment. Sweet Spirit of God. Holy Ghost, you're firing my wings. For your fire, we are hungry for your fire. We are hungry for your fire. We are hungry for your fire. Share and comment, share and comment. You're welcome to Masters Meetup. This is your friend, your brother, your pastor, Festus Adjei-Mensah. I'm excited to come your way again, and I know that it's also going to be another moment of insight, another moment of consideration. You see, in life, or when you take a general look at life, or when you make observations, you realize that there are always problems that comes up. There are issues, there are situations, there are diseases, there are persons that we are confronted with and we must always deal with. But the question is, when we are confronted with situations and persons and problems and diseases that need to be dealt with, what do we do? Do we manage them or do we treat them? As in, do we find a cure for them? And in our part of the world, you realize that these days people are more interested in management than in treatment. They are more interested in management than in treatment. But you see, we must be able to draw the lines between management and treatment, because though there's a thin line, but the difference is the effect, the impact are very great and very significant. You know, and for us to be able to understand what I'm trying to communicate, let us consider management and consider also the word treatment, or from the perspective of to cure. You see, so we manage situations. Situations are there to be managed. They manage persons and they manage problems and diseases. You know, and one of the things you have to realize that management has to do with controlling. It has to do with harnessing. So management does not really deal with or take away that situation, that effect, that problem, that disease, or that personality. But what management seeks to do is to control it and to harness it, so that it can slow down the speed of damage. It can slow down the extent of damage, and prolong it. But then it will still see damage, and it will still see destruction. It will still see spoilage. But then what management is able to do is to slow down the speed and the extent to which the degradation can take place or go on or occur. So management does not really get to the core of the issue, does not get to the core of the problem, does not get to the core of the disease. But then I believe that in the times that we are in, we don't need so much of management. Yes, we can manage for a while, but not all throughout. Not all throughout. Prophet Wilson, you're welcome. Prophet Wilson, you're welcome. Prophet Wilson, you're welcome. God bless you. We can manage for a while. That is just to give it a first aid. But then to really deal with the issue, to really get to the core of the issue, we must look at treatment. We must look at giving a cure to it, And the word cure comes from could also mean to relieve, or to eliminate, or to solve that problem, to solve that issue, to take away that situation, to eliminate that disease, to eliminate that sickness. So instead of managing that disease, instead of managing that problem, instead of managing that situation, it is better we give a cure to that disease. It is better we give a cure to that problem. It is better we give a cure to that situation. And the word cure comes from the word curacy. And the word curacy was also coined out of the word yes, I think another person's on the line. God bless you for your thumbs up. The word curacy was also coined out of the word accuracy. So cure from the word accuracy, and accuracy from the word accuracy. You know, accuracy is a state of the quality of exactness and precision. It has to do with something that is to be exact, that is to be precise, that is to be free from error and defect, and that has to do with the truth. So now, anytime we manage something, then it means that we are not exact about what is going on. There's a truth about that thing we are lacking. There is a precision about that thing we are lacking. There is some exactness. It means that we are not free from error. You know, you see. But then when we go after cure, it means that we are looking for the truth concerning that thing. We are looking for the exact thing, the precise thing about that thing, the very core, the very nature, the very source, the very essence. You know, accuracy has to do with the degree to which the result of measurement, a calculation and specification conforms to the correct value or standard. So anything that happens, anything that goes on, there's a certain value, there's a certain standard that must be applied, and in applying that standard, in applying that value, it requires a certain measurement, it requires a certain calculation, it requires a certain specification, and it takes a cure. It takes us getting precise and getting exact and getting the truth about that, and that is when we can give the required measurement, calculation, and specification that conforms to the standard and the value required. You know, so I believe that the time has come that we must look at giving a cure to something than giving management. You see, let me take. There are so many diseases around. We don't have a cure for them yet. You know, so because of that, we manage them, like HIV, like diabetes. But you know, that tells us that our knowledge about this sickness is not exact. It is not precise. It is not. It is not. It is not free of error. It is not free of defect. You know, and that is what we manage sicknesses like diabetes. So they don't really take it away, but they manage it for you. You are going to live it for the rest of your life, and do at the end. But then they're able to slow it down, slow its effect and its impact. They're able to slow it down once you go through and you take the management treatment. And you know, Frederick Banton, the man who discovered insulin, his mother was killed as a result of diabetes, and he developed a passion, he developed a desire, and he wanted a cure for that disease seriously. And out of that, he had a dream, and in that dream, he saw an experiment where they were doing something on a dog, if my memory serves me right. And when he got up, he tried that experiment, and when that was applied, or that was used, I think they saw some kind of success and some kind of improvement, you know. But then, until then, after that, they've not been any other effort to delve deep and to get deep and to come out with a cure. But we have settled with that, with management, and it has been created in our minds that there is no cure for that. There is no cure because why? There is a truth about it we have not yet discovered. So that problem, that situation, that disease, that is still lingering in our life and in your life. The reason why it is still there and we are trying to manage is what? We are not exact about it. There's something we have to know. There's something precise we must get to that we have not gotten to. So what do we do if we are looking for cure? What do we do if we are looking for complete treatment and not management? We must now begin to gather data, gather enough data as it relates to that problem, as it relates to that situation, as it relates to that disease, as it relates to that sickness, as it relates to that situation. Why? Why do we gather data? So that now, based on that data, not on our opinions, but based on data, we can do a laser analysis. We can do a worm's eye analysis. And the moment we begin to do a laser analysis and worm's eye analysis, we begin to find the common grounds. We begin to find the place of common denominator. And it gives us a clue as to what to do. As we gather the data, it is time for men and people to really get into the place of the laboratory and begin to do experiment, begin to do research to find out. So time must be given to this kind of research. Time must be given to this time of laboratory work. In the original sense of the word cure, it has to do with to take up concern or to take up responsibilities. And I believe that people have to be burdened. They have to take up that burden. That, guess what? This is our responsibility. Our responsibility that we are discovering a cure for this sickness. We are discovering a cure for this disease. We are discovering a cure for this situation. And once they come up with that cure, they will develop a system whereby that thing can be repeated. So we should not only gather information, comment so that I can acknowledge your presence on the page. So we don't only gather information, we don't only gather data enough, but then we must also spend time in laboratory and spend time in experiment and research. Somebody might be saying, "Oh, so what are you talking about?" Yes. Why? Because there are some things God has hidden them in nature, and it's when we get into the laboratory and we begin to do experiment and research, then we'll be able to find them out. We'll be able to find them out. Then we must get to the place where we get deeper into prayer. We get deeper into the presence of God. Why? It is the presence of God that light is thrown on something that is dark, something that is obscure to us. Then we receive light. We see the thing clearly as it is. It is when we spend time in the presence of God, that is when the curtains that is covering that thing is drawn away. Then now we can see what lies behind the curtain. It is when we receive light and when the curtain is rolled away, then we can see the thing as what it is, and we can see it for what it is and who it is. Then we can now and truly prescribe a cure. So there has not been a cure to certain problems, certain situations. Why? Because we have not gathered data enough. We have not gone to the laboratory and spent enough time. We have not also spent enough time in the presence of God. And nobody has taken it upon him as a responsibility, which has become a burden. And last but not the least, one of the ways we can prescribe a cure and not management is to deal with contrary personalities, deal with contrary entities, deal with contrary agencies which are made fat and take on the account of such cases and issues. There are some people, it is when issues that lingers long, or it is when issues are managed, that is when they become fat, that's when they become thick, that is why they benefit, that is when they make a lot of money. Why? Because they know that once there's a cure for it, the cure takes away, like I explained, the cure eliminates, cure relieves, cure solves the problem. And they know that once the problem is solved, once the problem is eliminated, they are not going to make profit out of it. So we must begin to deal with such kind of personalities, such kind of entities, such kind of agencies, and such kind of mentality and philosophy of life, where people think that it is when people get into trouble, that is when they make money and they make profit. We must begin to deal with all these kind of personalities, these entities, and these agencies. So this morning, the little I came to share with you is that let our target not be management, but let our target be treatment. That is to say, a cure. Because why? Management does not really deal with the situation. It just controls it, whilst the problem still is there. But treatment or cure goes to the very core, the very foundation, the very root, the very nature of that problem, and uproot it and eliminate it. And I believe that if we are going to be humans, then what we look for, what we go for, is cure. Thank God for men who did their best to come up with inventions and innovations that helps in management. But I believe that we have to stand on their shoulders. We have to stand on their work. We have to stand on their effort. Then look ahead and come out with treatment and come out with cure. So what is the problem? What is the disease? What is the issue? What is the matter? Forget about management. Forget about management and go for treatment and go for cure. And I believe that we shall see a headway and we shall see a progress. We shall see advancement. Thank you. This is your brother, your friend, your pastor, Festus Adjei-Mensah, coming to you on Masters Meetup platform and page. I'll meet you again. Bye-bye for now. Don't forget, it is not management, but we should all go all out for treatment. That is to say, for the cure. Thank you. Bye-bye.